Greetings and welcome to the Gaming Codex, the show where I try to explain to you all the various terms used within the video games industry and to describe video games themselves. On today's edition, we will tackle the video game console. The general definition of a video game console would be an electronic, digital, or computer device that outputs a video signal or visual image to display a video game that one or more people can play. It is a very straightforward definition, and yet you may notice a caveat here. Would today's gaming systems be definable by this explanation of what a video game console is? The original ones were such things as the Magnavox Odyssey, the Atari, the original Pong. Everything was defined as a video game console. Even an arcade game, like the arcade stand, the arcade machine itself, is by definition a video game console. Sure, it only plays one game, but hey, it doesn't say that a video game console needs to play more than one game. In the same way, those ancient Games & Watch titles or rip-offs that had static images which you could turn on and off to simulate gameplay, yes, those were gaming consoles. Primitive ones, but still that's what they were. And most of them have been through the entire spread of history. But are the more recent ones? Well, they are not specifically just gaming machines. They can do other things. They can be used to watch movies. They can be used to stream videos. They can be used to navigate through the interwebs. And as such, they are no longer video game consoles, they are computers. This generation more so since it is based on x86, the standard architecture that we've been using for computers since they were standardized under the IBM model. Today's consoles are IBM compatible computers. Video game consoles are dead. Apart from the Switch, that's a Tegra tablet. Also, not by definition a video game console, unless you were to extend the definition of a video game console, in which case we also include the PC. Or we take it a bit further and define the console as a crippled computer geared towards devouring media. Then that, yes my friends, that would be a games console. Crippled, of course, in the sense that it doesn't have all the features of a normal computer unless you install Linux on it, if the owner of the platform actually lets you do that, which they mostly don't. But they do have the advantage of very low overhead operating systems. Ones that are not complete assholes when it comes to giving access to the full potential of the hardware. Operating systems and firmware that are better suited to actually use that hardware than the actual driver you get on your Windows or Linux machines. Thusly, even an underpowered console can achieve great things. Also because the developer always knows what he has to do. There is no variation within the same console platform. An Xbox will always be an Xbox. It'll have the exact same memory layout, it'll have the exact same bits in exactly the same place, and thusly you can do magic on it. Magic that were you to try on something that's more elaborate, more diverse, would result in flaming balls of utter doom. Now, what is the popular definition of a games console? Where that would be Xbox, bro, PS4, dude, and those darn Nintendos. These are the consoles we know today. These are the only ones that generations of people have grown up with. There is no more Sega, there is no more Atari, there is no other console on the market unless we take into account all those thousands of knockoffs of handheld consoles and pop stations and play boxes and game stations and play cubes and X stations and V's that are mostly made in China and rarely accessible outside of it. For the most part, they're just the three. That's what people understands. That's what a console is. And now, what is the marketing definition of a video game console? Well, that would be a thing that used to sell a lot better in the past and will probably be replaced by cloud services in a few years. The bell tolls for consoles. Their profitability is dwindling because unless they do invest a lot of money in the hardware and again sell them at a loss, they will offer not that much of an advantage compared to a computer or a tablet or something else, or unless they do something completely wacky like Nintendo. Everything else will be replaced by a streaming streaming service, such as the one that Sony already has, which replaces its previous console generations. We may still have one console generation left within us. Yes, maybe even beyond the Xbox Scorpio there may be one left, but unless we have a radical shift in technology or stroke of innovation, the likes of which you have not seen since the Wii, there will be no more consoles. There will be no more console wars. There will finally be peace in our time. Unless Apple makes one and we're all screwed.